you're a tree hugger, you'd have to have really big arms to get around this bugger. I think Joey and I both fit into that one. So $30,000 for this one. Check out the wheels and the tyres. So what are we cooking tonight, Joe?
All I'm doing is vegetable gratin.
A gratin? Looks like we're coming into Roma. Spent a couple of days here at the Caravan Park and try and hide from the bad weather. And hopefully there's KFC.
I'm sure there's a KFC here for you, Graham.
Staying in the Villa Caravan Park at Roma, which is just north of Roma. Doing all our washing, hunkering down because in the next day or so I think there's a fair bit of rain coming through. Not a bad caravan park actually. It's not that big, and you get your slabs and you get your areas where you can actually drive your car in. The ablution blocks are really good, big showers. And one thing I haven't seen before, actually have bath mats in a big pile, so you can actually use them and then put them in the dirty bath mat pile, so you get clean bath mat every time, so that's pretty cool. You've got en-suites, and here is the camp kitchen. Very secure because they've got their security cameras up there. Camp kitchen, nice and tidy. Lots of things. You've even got some kitchen utensils that you're allowed to use. Big TV up on the wall. A couple of barbecues. Yeah, it's really good. There's Roma's avenue of bottle trees for the fallen soldiers on both sides of the road. And then at each tree there's a plaque here, lest we forget. Lindsay Frederick Samuel, Private, 47th Battalion, 11th and 3rd, 1917. He's actually in the cemetery back in France. So very nice to actually have something to remember him by. We've got St Paul's Anglican Church over there, one of the bigger buildings in town, purchased on May 1874 by the Church of England for 8 guineas. First service was held in St Paul's 17 October 1875. The hall was built in 1906 onwards in 3 stages. So yeah, one of the bigger buildings in town. Roma's largest bottle tree is this way, and now it's this way. We're getting closer, It's down here somewhere. There it is, just there. But this isn't a boab tree, this is actually a bottle tree. Its girth is 9 metres, 0.62, its height is 15 metres, and its crown is 23 metres. This tree was transplanted from a local property to this site in 1927. The bottle tree can live naturally over 200 years. Pretty cool. If you're a tree hugger, you'd have to have really big arms to get around this bugger. He's big. The first European discovery of the Queensland bottle tree was made by Thomas Mitchell and John Lindley, 1848, at Mount Abundance near Roma, Queensland. This is the Big Rig Tourist Park. Very close to the information centre. It's a little bit more open. This is a tabletop wagon. It had 8 draft horses actually pulling it, and it was used to carry wool, wheat and general goods. And over here we've got a Roma flood boat. So this is actually used to rescue people in floods. It looks like it's made out of steel and it's got lots of little rivets and things in it. This is the Slab Hut Museum. It was built in 1893. And it actually had bark for the roof, but that was actually replaced with iron back in 1894. This would be like the lounge room area. Got your kitchen right over there. There's a better look at the bedroom. I don't think Joey and I both fit into that one. Nice big veranda. pretty solid. Very solid. Would stand a few cyclones this place. This is the Big Rig Roma Information Centre. Looks like they've got a fair bit of things here to check out. Obviously, like most of the towns around here, the floods play a very big role, and as you can see, from 1917 all the way through to 2012, they've had some pretty bad floods, and that flood boat we just looked at was nearly flooded itself. So the last one, I think it was 2012, and that's 8.5, which is probably the highest one along here, and it would have come, my feet would have been underwater. Good little waddle there. So there's lots of things here. Bit of merch, that big merch. And then there's the big rig tours that you can actually pay for, self-guided tour. So I guess that's the big rig up there. That's a big cow. So there's the big rig night show, open on weeknights. The night show sunset experience on weeknights. Queensland Tourism Award 2002 winner. So that's pretty cool. Looks like we've got a railway line here. Some barbecues, free barbecues. So we've got the original big rig here, and then next to it they've built this big viewing platform, which is even bigger than the big rig. To get a better view, you can actually go up the lookout there. There's heaps of steps, but there's also an elevator that would show some pretty good sights of Roma. So this is the English electric engine. It's actually got 16 cylinders, and it can actually output 1025 kilowatts, which is at 66,000 volts. So it's a pretty big generator. Put that on the back of the OZLAPN Caravan, would light up the whole town. Big rig station, so if you want to come for a ride, it looks like day's operation is Sunday between 10 AM to midday. That's where he lives, and I think he's having a sleep in today. And he actually goes off and around the loop. It looks like the train line comes along behind the museum on the outside of the fence, does a bit of a turn around those bottle trees, and then it comes back again. Not a bad ride. This is Sculptures Outback. Lots of different sculptures here, and all for sale, unless they've already been sold, and quite a few have been sold. That's my favourite over there. I reckon that could be the next OZLAPN wagon. So $30,000 for this one. Check out the wheels and tyres. I think we've done a convoy here. Nice seats. Got an echidna. There's little ants. We've got a bucking horse. He looks a bit worried. Got a couple of cockies here, and I'd say their headpieces were off a windmill. So here's a pretty big Brahman, this one, and it looks like you can actually buy these sculptures. This one's sold, $19,000. Now that's the working bit down there. Here's another sculpture, $16,500. It's got a nice face. Over here, you've got a really nice chair you can sit on. You've got a $10,000 pelican here. Over here, you've got a $23,000 wedged tail eagle, and that's sold. It's pretty impressive. $5,000 copper. It's nice and shiny. Over here, it's like some sort of birdhouse. I don't know. It's pretty interesting. Home Tweet Home. $14,000. I'll tell you what, if you bought this one, you'd end up with a lot of birds in your place. All the wombat lovers. Mr. Emu here. And he's been sold. And he was $9,900. Bunch of grapes, $4,500, and it's sold too. We've got the Bushman's boot here. And over here we've got what you see all the time out back. Goat. Billy, $2,500. A dead Kelly somewhere. A damselfly, which sort of reminds me of a dragonfly. If you can spare $30,000, these could be yours. Quite well done though. Here we've got the classic bin chook. Native to Australia. Looks like he's got one of our red bottles in there. This one down here is eating a leftover bit of fish. $4,000 if you want a bin chook. A couple of blowflies. Sold. $3,600. Now that's a bargain. So this is the new Roma courthouse. Basically, this is where Captain Starlight, the cattle duffer, trailblazer and folk hero, was tried and acquitted by a Roma jury about the theft of 1,000 head of cattle, including a famous white bull from Bowenstown Station near Aramac. So that's the old building there, and this is the new one here. And I'd say this is still in use. Yep, you can still see in there. This is the camp at the Roma Bowling Club. It's basically at the car park. So what are you cooking tonight, Joe?
Well, I'm doing this vegetable gratin.
A gratin? So
Potato, I've sliced thinly.
yes.
This is sweet potato, I've sliced thinly.
Yes.
This is beetroot, I've sliced
Okay,
thinly.
so what else have you added into these?
It's a bit of cream, a bit of garlic, and some thyme, and some Parmesan cheese.
Well, this one, same and all?
Same.
Yep.
Yes.
And over here, what have we got?
Oh no, that's zucchini, I'll do that later.
Yep.
And that's beetroot leaves, which I'll do later.
Cool. Looks good.
I decided to make sure I did some more so that it was even.
So what's next? Just chuck it in the oven?
Put tin foil over it, put it in the oven for about 3/4 of an hour.
Okay.
And then we add some more stuff.
Aren't you lucky we've got an oven in the caravan?
Very lucky. I love my oven.
Good. Okay, let's do it. That looks like it's actually breaking down quite nicely, Joey.
Yes, it's wilting.
So what have
Hopefully,
you got in there? Some butter?
just a bit of butter. I haven't put anything else in yet. I'll just see what it needs.
Yep, looks good.
Okay, these are pork chops that I've actually seasoned with a bit of brown sugar, garlic, and a few spices.
You've got the OZLAPN cup there.
Just a bit of water, just so it doesn't get dry out too much.
Oh, that's good. You've got one of those little things.
You take a strip off,
Okay.
it tears off, and you just tie it.
Straight in. So what temperature is the oven? 180?
You can't really go much over 180
Yeah.
because otherwise the bag doesn't take it.
So the gratin's actually got cheese on it now. finished gratin. Pork is finished. Looks really good.